Surprise! I know. I said just the other day that I was not going to make a separate video after this game against the Buffalo Sabres. I said that I was going to wait until after the back-to-back this weekend was finished. But given the circumstances and how big this win was for the Washington Capitals in the standings, I decided to rise from the dead. Much like the team that I root for. Caps win, baby. 6-2 over the Buffalo Sabres. And with that touchdown victory over a 100-point team in the Sabres, the Washington Capitals, who were at one point not too long ago 10 points out of a playoff spot, they were so far out that the broadcasters were not even showing the Capitals logo in those race to the playoffs graphics that they put up on our TV screens. They weren't even showing them, okay? They were gone, they were dead, they were done. They sold at the trade deadline. And now, as a result of the Washington Capitals never quitting and continuing to win games, and as a result of some of these other teams choking, they are now 1 point out. They can be back in a playoff spot for the first time since January by the end of tomorrow night. So let's talk about it, babes. First up, before we get into the scoring, I have to shout out the Washington Capitals penalty kill, because do you know where there was no scoring? On the Buffalo Sabres 5 power play opportunities, and one of them was a lengthy 5-on-3. The Capitals penalty kill was fantastic, and like I said, they had to be 5 opportunities, like I said, for the Buffalo Sabres in this hockey game. And just 2 power plays, by the way, for the Washington Capitals. So Buffalo Sabres, they go 0 for 5 on their power play in this game. Phenomenal job by the Washington Capitals penalty kill, and the Caps, spoiler alert, they even scored a shorthanded goal as well. We will get to that. But yeah, wow, just amazing penalty killing here in this game by the Washington Capitals in a game that they needed to have, obviously. They really showed up big on the penalty kill, just as they have been doing, by the way, in several of these games here recently. But yeah, 5 opportunities for the Buffalo Sabres and just 2 for the Washington Capitals, despite several missed calls on the Sabres for sure. It did seem like the referees might have some bets on the Buffalo Sabres to win the Atlantic Division. But no matter, no harm, no foul. And do you know who else was incredible on the Washington Capitals penalty kill? That would be one Mr. Logan Thompson. He was incredible all game, just as he has been incredible all season for the Washington Capitals, right? And yeah, in this game here today, like I said, a must-win game for the Washington Capitals, especially when you consider what was going on around them in the standings. Logan Thompson, who we have talked about how he must be so exhausted right now. This was his 10th straight start for the Caps. He has started 15 of the last 16 games, as well as having had gone to the Olympics, right? He did not get that 3-week break in the schedule that many other guys around the league got. He had to travel to overseas, obviously, to go to the Olympics, practice there, play there. This guy has got to be absolutely gassed, and yet he shows up in this game, another must-win game for the Washington Capitals, and all he does is stop 37 of 39 Buffalo Sabres shots. So lucky we are to have this guy. I have not felt this way about a Washington Capitals goaltender since Braden Holtby. So let's get into your scoring. And like I said, there was a lot of scoring done by our Washington Capitals and not a lot of scoring done by the Buffalo Sabres. Like I said, in large part thanks to Logan Thompson. First period, Caps come out flying. 3 minutes and 15 seconds in, heavy offensive zone pressure being put on by the Washington Capitals against this Buffalo Sabres defense, and it is Pierre-Luc Dubois down below the goal line, winning a battle there, gets this puck, makes a gorgeous feed out front to Aliaksei Ovechkin. Ovi gets a great shot off, actually, against Sabres netminder Alex Lyon in this one, or at least for part of this one. He was pulled. We'll get to that. But yeah, Ovi gets a great shot off from right in front. Lyon makes a fantastic save on Alex Ovechkin to keep that puck out, but the rebound pops out to Jakob Chychrun sneaking in, and Chychrun knows what to do with that thing. He has 25 goals already this season. He buries it, and the Caps are up 1-0. So the NHL's goals leader among defensemen, Jakob Chychrun, from Alex Ovechkin on the primary assist, and from Pierre-Luc Dubois as well on the secondary assist. Just 20 seconds after that, Alex Ovechkin line kept out there by Spencer Carbery for the shift Following up that goal, Alex Ovechkin keeps a puck in just inside of the offensive blue line, makes a gorgeous backhand pass quickly down low to Aliaksei Protas, who was all alone down by the net there. Really quick read and really quick decision making, really quick pass here by Alex Ovechkin. That's just a great play. Finds Pro all alone down there. Aliaksei Protas, who is back playing in this game after missing a couple of games. The most recent couple of games here due to injury. He was back for this one. That is great news. Receives the pass here from his captain, Alex Ovechkin. And then Aliaksei Protas makes a great play here as well. It is his turn here now to make a great play. He looks off the defender, waits for Strome to get open on the far side of the net, and he just holds onto this thing until Strome is open, and then he feeds him backdoor for the wide open net. Strome pops it in, 2-0 Caps. So Strome from Aliaksei Protas and Alex Ovechkin, and we are like 3 minutes into this hockey game, and the 40-year-old captain of the Washington Capitals has already got 2 assists, and the good guys are up 2-0. Just a couple of minutes after that, Pierre-Luc Dubois again here. This time he finds Jakob Chychrun. Chychrun unleashes a shot. Is he shooting that intentionally wide? I think he is. You know the backboards in your own home arena for sure. He shoots this puck wide. It comes out around the other side of the net perfectly onto the tape of Connor McMichael, and Mikey puts it in 3-0 Caps. And so we're less than 6 minutes into this game, and Alex Ovechkin, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Jakob Chychrun, they all, less than 6 minutes into this game, have got multi-point games going already. How's that for veteran leadership? Now, Sabres would get a couple of goals before the end of the first period to make it 3-2. The first by amazing defenseman Rasmus Dahlin. That is his 18th goal of the season for Rasmus Dahlin. So another great offensive defenseman in this league, right? He is so much fun to watch for sure. And then the second Sabres goal was by our old friend Beck Malenstein. That hurts a little bit, but it doesn't hurt that much because if you remember, the Beck Malenstein trade was the one we traded Beck Malenstein at the draft, during the draft, if you remember, because we wanted to get that second round pick from the Buffalo Sabres to move up in the second round to be able to select Cole Hutson. That is who we took with that second round pick that we got from the Buffalo Sabres for Beck Malenstein. So it hurts a little bit because I was a Beck Malenstein girl. I love the guy. I love how physical he plays. I think he's a great fourth liner. But yeah, I mean, he's got, 7 goals on the season now, and Cole Hutson is already setting records here for this franchise for the most points ever by a defenseman in the first 10 games of his NHL career. So I think that we are going to be doing just fine with that trade, getting Cole Hutson out of that deal. And yeah, more on Cole Hutson in just a second. But for now, like I said, Rasmus Dahlin, Beck Malenstein, they score a couple of goals here for the Buffalo Sabres, and so that cuts the Caps lead from 3-0 to 3-2, and that is how the first period would end. But little did the Buffalo Sabres know that that is as close as they would get. Second period, should mention as well, Alex Lyon pulled by now, by the way, by the Buffalo Sabres in favor of Colton Ellis, who would come into this game. So Alex Lyon, he gives up the 3 goals against in the first period to the Washington Capitals. I believe the Buffalo Sabres broadcast said right before this game was about to start, I had the Sabres feed through NHL Center Ice, so I had the Sabres broadcasters for this one. I believe I heard them say that Alex Lyon had a point in 11 straight road games or something like that. I believe that's what they said. His last 11 straight road games, he was 10-0-1 or something like that. So the Caps, they make quick work of him here, getting him, chasing him out of this game in the first period with the 3 goals in the first, 6 minutes, not even, of this game. So yeah, quick night's work there for Alex Lyon, and Colton Ellis instead comes into this game. And yeah, you do feel a little bad for Alex Lyon there because really, I mean, what was he really supposed to do on any of those 3 goals? I mean, the first one is shot into a wide open net by Jakob Chychrun. The second one put into a wide open net by Strome. And at that point, Lindy Ruff actually called a timeout to try to get his team in front of his goaltender to wake up. So that's when it was only 2-0. And then, of course, just a couple of minutes later, just a couple of minutes after Lindy Ruff has called that timeout, Connor McMichael finds himself with a wide open net as well, completely unchecked by any defender wearing a Buffalo Sabres jersey. So that makes it 3-0. Alex Lyon gets the hook. In comes Colton Ellis. And yeah, like I said, it did seem to give the Buffalo Sabres a bit of a spark for a minute there, as they did score a couple of goals before the end of the first period. But the spark did not last, as in the second period, Aliaksei Protas, he who just returned from injury, right? He takes off on a 2-on-1 here, a 2-on-1 with the aforementioned Cole Hutson on his other side. So an odd man rush here for the Caps, and Aliaksei Protas, confident play here. He elects to keep this puck, shoot it himself, and he beats Colton Ellis, the new guy in net here now for the Buffalo Sabres, and that puts the Caps up 4-2. Unassisted goal by Aliaksei Protas, by the way. And yeah, for Aliaksei Protas, that is his 24th goal of this season already. So another very strong goal-scoring season by him. Obviously, he has missed some time with injury as well. So 24 goals, that's a very, very solid number there for not having played the full slate of games, right? So yeah, 24th on the season for Aliaksei Protas. It is an unassisted goal that puts the Caps up 4-2, and that is how the second period would end. Third period, this was fun here for the Washington Capitals and their fans, myself included, as the rookie Cole Hutson with the drop pass to another Washington Capitals rookie, standout rookie for the Caps, Ryan Leonard. So Cole Hutson, the rookie, drop pass to his fellow rookie, Ryan Leonard. Leno keeps and rips. We have seen this so many times from him already here now in his young career. Just an absolute howitzer of a wrist shot. He lets it fly here for his 17th goal of this season already. And again, this is a kid who, he's in his rookie season in the National Hockey League. He missed a month of games with that injury midway through the season, and yet still here he is approaching 20 goals on the season, even having missed a month, right? So awesome rookie season put up here by Ryan Leonard. His 17th goal of the season is an absolute rocket, an absolute beauty that goes top corner past Colton Ellis. So Ryan Leonard from Cole Hutson on the primary assist, and from Justin Sourdif as well, another rookie on the secondary assist. So a trio of rookies there hooking up for the Washington Capitals. Yeah, I mean, the broadcast said it. Like, when you hear Ryan Leonard from Cole Hutson, get used to hearing that, Capitals fans, is what they said after that one. And yeah, it's going to be pretty easy, for me anyway, to get used to that. That was a lot of fun. Beautiful goal there. And yeah, this one here, like I said, Ryan Leonard from Cole Hutson, Justin Sourdif puts the Caps up 5-2. And you just felt like that was a really important goal there, right? Relatively early in the third period to extend that 2-goal lead into a 3-goal lead and just give yourselves quite a bit more breathing room there if you are the Washington Capitals. Like I said, they needed to win this game, and the fun was not over yet here in this game, as a little later in the third period, the Buffalo Sabres on another power play here, but it is Connor McMichael who strips a puck here all the way back in his own defensive zone, steals this puck, takes off on the 2-on-1 with Tom Wilson on the other side. Connor McMichael makes a beautiful play here, beautiful pass to Tom Wilson, and Willie, just an absolutely gorgeous goal here. The Buffalo Sabres were actually going to get a penalty on this play were this puck not to go in for Tom Wilson, but he scores, so it doesn't matter. So, but yeah, you saw the referee's arm go up and then come down as Wilson was like hooked, slashed, whatever you want to call it, on a bit of a semi-break there. But he manages anyway, even with all of that pressure from the defender on him, even being hooked, being slashed, he manages to keep this puck, tuck it in on his backhand. Just a beautiful goal here from Tom Wilson. Falling down, just an all-around gorgeous play, Connor McMichael to Tom Wilson. And for Tom Wilson, that short-handed goal is his 29th goal of this season already. Again, another guy who has missed some games here, right? He's already got 29 goals on the season, the power forward for the Washington Capitals, on the verge here of another 30-plus goal season is Tom Wilson. So that is really great stuff. And Connor McMichael as well, his 30th assist here on this goal. So yeah, great stuff all around. The play, the pass from Mikey, and then Tom Wilson with the finish, as he so often does. And yeah, right on the cusp here now of another 30-plus goal season. So Caps up 6-2. Touchdown, baby, with the 6th goal there. And yeah, that is how there would be no more goals scored in this game by either team. So that is how the game would end. That would be your final score. The Washington Capitals, they grab a massive victory here, 6-2 over the Buffalo Sabres. And I mentioned something earlier about Cole Hutson as well, right? And I told you that I would come back to it. So I just want to read this tweet here. I just want to read this off to you. This is from Capitals PR on Twitter, or X.com, or whatever the fuck they call it now. Capitals PR. Cole Hutson recorded his 7th career point, 2 goals, 5 assists on Leonard's goal. Hutson's 7 points in only 9 games played so far are the most by a Washington Capitals defenseman within his first 10 career games in the NHL. So Cole Hutson, through his first 10 games in the National Hockey League, he is the highest scoring Capitals defenseman to ever come into this league and have a start like this. He's got 7 points already through just 9 games played. So incredible stuff. Incredible stat there for Cole Hutson. Obviously, we have had some really, really good defensemen and some really, really good offensive defensemen come through this franchise. Obviously, John Carlson, one of the more recent ones, right? Dmitry Orlov, Mike Green. You can go way, way back, and there's a ton more, right? In the earlier years as well. But like, there have been some really great offensive defensemen come through here. So for Cole Hutson to have, through his first 10 games played, and he hasn't even played 10 games yet, he's played 9 games, right? So this stat here, through his first 10 games, having the most points by any Washington Capitals defenseman coming into this league and having that amount of points in your first 10 games, that is really, really special stuff by Cole Hutson. And I think that we can all see that this kid is going to be an absolute stud on the back end for many years to come, filling the net for the Washington Capitals. All right, babes, that is going to be it for this one. Yeah, like I said, I hadn't even planned to come on here tonight, make this video. I was going to wait until after both halves of the back-to-back had been played, but I just thought this was such a massive victory. And given what happened in the standings around the Washington Capitals today, I really felt that we needed to talk about this one, as this was just a massive 2 points here grabbed by our Caps. So yeah, I really wanted to hop on and do this video for you guys, with you guys, chat about it, right? So that you guys can share your thoughts as well. How excited are you right now? We are 1 point out, folks. It really seems like they might be able to come all the way back here and get into the Stanley Cup playoffs after all of that, after all of the big injuries that they had all throughout this season, after selling at the trade deadline because of that, right? They sell like franchise defensemen, John Carlson, right? For one thing. Here, for 17 seasons, John Carlson is gone. They sell him at the deadline. Nick Dowd, who was here for 8 seasons. It is unbelievable that after a trade deadline like that the Washington Capitals are here where they are right now in this position, where they have a chance, a real chance here now to get in, right? So that's all we can ask for. At this point, they have played themselves into this position where they have now given themselves a real shot here to get in. And that is pretty much all that we can ask for, like I said, after selling at the trade deadline, right? They have not given up at any point here. They continue to grind. They have not quit on one another. And that is so inspiring and so great to see. And they just continue to win games. So here we are, right? We're 1 point out, 2 back of the New York Islanders now as well for 3rd in the Metropolitan Division. We have a game in hand on the Islanders as well. We hold the tiebreaker over almost everyone, the tiebreaker being regulation wins. So the Caps are in a pretty good spot here. It is unbelievable that they have managed to claw themselves back into this position after where they were even like a few weeks ago, right? So this is insane right now. I'm really excited. I hope that you guys are excited as well. So yeah, that's why I wanted to hop on here, make this video, because I just figured, like, how many wins that feel this big do you really get over the course of an 82-game season, right? So we will be back again after that game tomorrow against the New York Rangers. It's on the road. It's in Madison Square Garden. So we will see what the Caps can get done there and just really hope that they can grab 2 points in that one, because the Rangers are not a very good team this season, obviously. And yeah, you really need 2 points. So we'll see what the Caps can get done on the second half of the back-to-back. I would assume that Charlie Lindgren is going to start in that one. Logan Thompson had to stop nearly 40 shots tonight against the Buffalo Sabres. He has started 10 straight games now. He has started 15 of the last 16. I would assume that Charlie Lindgren is going to start against the Rangers, but who knows? We'll see. It's really anybody's guess at this point. But yeah, regardless, no matter who's in net, the Caps need to find a way to get 2 points in that game against the Rangers tomorrow. And then we will be right back here on the YouTube channel after that one. Not quite sure yet. We might be doing a post-game reaction video, or we might just hop on a live stream, myself and Sunny probably, to talk about that one and just talk about everything that's going on here with the Washington Capitals and in the standings around them. So it might be like a traditional post-game reaction video like this, or it might be a live stream, which I know you guys love. So keep an eye out for that. I will post a note up about that if we are going to do that, if we are going to hop on to a live stream in lieu of the traditional post-game reaction video. So keep an eye out for that. Those live streams are always really, really fun. You don't want to miss it. You can send us your comments in live, and we will get to them live and in real time while we're on air. So that's always a lot of fun. We get to interact with people and whatnot. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. But one way or another, whether it is a live stream or whether it is like this, a traditional post-game reaction video, one way or another, I will be back here tomorrow after that game, that massive game against the New York Rangers. So fingers crossed, babes, they've gotten so close. It's like you hope that they haven't brought us all this way here now to just not get in at the end, but I don't know. It's they've come a long way, and I'm just kind of trying to take it one day at a time here. And like, while I'm excited, I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much, because it is still a very tough situation here for all of these teams here now trying to get in. There's like 5 teams within a point of each other, fighting for essentially 2 spots. So it's really, really messy right now in the Eastern Conference, trying to grab these last couple of playoff spots. So we just hope for the best, right? But like I said, regardless of what happens here, at the end of the day, whether they get in or whether they don't get in, I'm just glad and I'm just happy and I'm just proud that they have played their asses off here to make these games matter for themselves. And they've really made it a lot of fun for us fans as well, right? So I'm proud of them. I hope you guys are too. Until next time, babes, thank you all so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. As always, obviously, you guys have been so supportive all season long, and I've just had a ton of fun here with you guys, really, from the bottom of my heart. I'm having a blast, right? So we'll be back here tomorrow. Leave us your comments on this one if you feel so inclined. Love to hear what you guys thought of this game. I don't think very many of us expected a 6-2 can of whoop ass being opened up on the Buffalo Sabres, who, like I said, have 100 points in the standings already. But yeah, this one was a lot of fun. So leave me your comments on this one. And yeah, as always, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you all so much for being here. Until next time, babes. And as always, let's go Caps.